All right, we're super excited to have the team of RuPaul's Drag Race with us on the rooftop of Pride House today. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, starting with you, Gilles.
Hello, hi. I'm Gilles Asquin, French designer, costume and fashion designer. I'm working with all the girls. And we create magic together.
Yes! Hi, I'm Filip and I am a compulsive transvestite and also the winner of Drag Race France Season 3.
Hi, I'm Ruby on the Nail and I was also on Drag Race France Season 3 and I didn't win because she won.
Hello, I'm Lula Strega. I'm a finalist on the third season of Drag Race France and I'm a favorite little witch.
Hi, I'm Aymeric Bergada du Cadet. I'm an art director and designer.
Hi, I'm Pascal Ashkar. I'm co-founder of Seine, an agency that represents queer talent in Paris and worldwide.
Amazing, thank you so much. We're going to start by talking a little bit about the 2024 opening ceremony, which I'm sure you guys all saw and also took part in.
Yeah.
What do we think? You want to start?
Yeah, I loved it. I really loved it. We were all expecting something a bit disastrous because there was no information
Because it's so
at all.
French to expect the worst, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's so French, and now we saw some magic created together. Like we saw a lot of crazy things and
Absolutely.
amazing things, and it was really beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
And we saw that a lot of our friends were participating in.
Gilles?
Yep.
Gilles created some costumes.
Yes,
Yeah, do you want to tell us a little bit about the costumes you created?
There is a lot of pieces from the collections. It was a good exposure at the beginning, and after that we created the Barbara Bush, so called the satanic look. So it was amazing to do
Such
that
drama.
because we push all the extremists and all this
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
So I was happy for that, and of course the tricolor look, which
For,
represent Fourier Martini, which represent the difference. I mean, someone with she is the kind of person the French don't want to see because
Yes.
she's trans from the Réunion. So it was beautiful to put the flag, the French flag, on her skin. Like she is France.
She is
She's a
France.
new Marianne. And always, but the new Marianne. So
Yes,
it was,
that look was beautiful. You actually see the flag walking down the runway. You know, it's literally like the flag has actually come to life. I think that was beautiful.
Yeah.
How do we feel about some of this feedback that we had with Barbara Butch's look, actually?
We got a good bad backlash, but it's like being Madonna, so it's
Yep.
okay. I mean, I get the point.
She didn't only get good press, Madonna. She got all press.
So it's aggressive. It's
Yes.
sometimes scary because they know my face,
Yes.
my name, and there is some group on WeChat. I don't know.
Yes,
They are
yeah.
talking about that and talking about I am the son of the Illuminati and I've just killed a baby on the bridge and Lady Gaga is my mother, je sais pas quoi. It's totally crazy and fucked up. But it's an amazing story for my next movie.
Well, there we go. You know what's coming next. You already anticipated my next question of what's coming next in your book, so thank you so much.
Yeah, they're very creative.
Yeah.
Maybe they can do the next Olympics, maybe.
Yeah.
Share some ideas,
Exactly, yeah. And actually this is quite funny because my next question is linked to the Olympics. So RuPaul's Drag Race is a competition.
Yeah.
Just like the Olympics. We have a winner. There are going to be finalists, there are going to be runners-up. How do you guys see this parallel drawing out? Like, especially you three, how do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm not a necessarily competitive person, but Drag Race is a beautiful show where we explore what it means to be a drag queen or what it means to be queer through a competition and practical talents like, whether it be comedy and fashion and makeup and acting, sewing. So it's, but I don't know, I had a feeling more, it was only at the very end that I realized that it was really a competition, but during the filming it just felt like a summer camp, with the girls and you're, and you're doing little activities and then some girls leave, but there's some girls here and, you know they're gonna see them again,
In the loge.
No, it was fun, but in the US they say it's the Drag Olympics.
Yes.
So it's a show, but it's more of like a competition, but with ourselves and our arts. And there's a lot of preparation for the show, and that's where the competition is really the main thing. Like we prepare a lot to show our best art to the show, so it's kind of like similar with the sports and.
I think everything that's cut together on Drag Race on the TV show, you don't see the whole preparation.
I wish you
For
could.
comparison, I will add that Olympics sportive, they ask them just one thing. So you're a swimmer, or you're doing gymnastic, like they ask them to do like
Everything.
10 jobs.
Doing everything.
So you have to write shows,
You're like
you have
doing
to do
lip sync
the
while
wigs, you
doing,
have
like,
to do the makeup,
splits.
you have to do. So imagine if we ask an athlete to do like football, gymnastics, no, you swim.
But there is
So
one sport where they do like the
Triathlon.
skiing and the thing,
Triathlon.
you know, and they do like
It is modern
Well, those are the drag
pentathlon.
queens of the Olympics then.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Triathlon, right.
that's
How-
more
yeah.
exact.
It is. How was the season for you three? What was the experience like for you three?
It was fun altogether,
It was
no?
fun.
It was really fun.
we laughed a lot. I mean,
laughed,
I mean, we were crying a lot as well.
Yeah.
But
I cried a
we were
lot.
but just like Le Philippe, for me, I didn't realize at first that it was a competition. So I was like with my friends, and we all had a connection from the get-go. So it was really nice. But then when it finally sunk in that it was, I should like fight, like to be there. I was like, oh, maybe.
Yep.
But it's just a good experience between drag queens, and that's what personally I like about drag is doing it together and not always alone, and sharing experiences.
Yeah.
And for me, that's the best part of what was the experience in Drag Race.
Yeah. We've had some really nice interviews with athletes on this rooftop as well, and they've actually said the same things. It's the social aspect, it's the community aspect, and it's very strong. And actually, you can't get that far alone. And I think it's the same thing in drag, right?
I mean, the medal is the cherry on the top, but like,
Yeah.
It's a journey.
you know, what are you gonna do with the medal? You know, once you like, I always think about like about the deathbed. You know, you're lit. Because like once you're on the deathbed, are you gonna really like cherish that medal or everything that came with that medal and that took you to that, you know? And I think it's more that, it's more human experience.
This is really interesting. So you're laughing because it gets existential, but I spoke to Poppy Olsen, who's a very famous skater, and I said to her, she's very young, but I said, what is like one tip that you would give to young sporting people who see you as an icon? What would you give them as a recommendation? And she said, we only live once. And we could die tomorrow.
YOLO,
Literally. So it's very similar. So that's really good. I want to talk a little bit about the preparation again. I think this is a very important subject because that's also why we're here. You guys are also the backstage team making this into a reality. Can you tell me a little bit about what's the preparation like backstage?
It is. I mean, laughter, tears, and sweat. Yeah. And,
Because what people don't see
was
is
it?
what
Blood, sweat,
happened
and
before.
tears?
Because there's what's on the show, but there's the 1 month before the show.
Yes. Yeah.
So actually, the whole thing is in 2 states.
Yeah.
So that's also, there's like, oh wow. When they came in the show, they were already exhausted
Yes.
with no sleep, doing wig, crying on the phone.
So little time to create all the looks, all the hair, all the concept. It's very like, okay, so it's for tomorrow.
yeah.
No budget.
But don't you feel like that's like what kind of makes it even better? Because you kind of go into that survival mode where like
Like
Of course,
2 weeks more.
It gives you no other way. You need to do
cannot
it like
overthink.
now.
But it's great, it's great. But for me, it's complicated for all the girls because I mean, some girls don't, know designers or I don't know. It's not so fair.
oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No, it's true. It's true that it's a lot of work behind. Like you need to prepare a lot of costumes, a lot of.
But it's a
things,
competition, so
Yeah.
it's the game.
Yeah, it's the game.
And like for the Olympics, I mean, it's quite the same for you because you are the athlete and we are just your team.
The coach.
And it's funny because it's like the same kind of mental preparation because we are talking Drag Race like
21st century.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
And you also have to make quick decisions because you get all the stuff to prepare and you have to have the idea right away and to have it produced, and you can't like fuck up because you're like, okay, if I go this route, I have to stick to this because I don't have time to change.
And also you have a team, so if you've given them a brief, they have to, you can't just be like...
Yeah, and then you have to stand by what you've done and what you present. So
you've got to own it.
It's always like how you were able to sell what you have achieved in like a month of preparation.
So you guys worked on some other projects as well. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. I'm like mostly an art director, but also direct videos, and I come from design and fashion, but mostly I work with singers. So I work with Fishback a lot. I work with like La Femme, a lot of like musicians, and I help them build visual identity. And I did that at Christian Louboutin also before. So yes, and it was like the first time I did it with like on Drag Race, and so it was interesting because like I had to apply stuff that I do with singers or in fashion in a totally other field. So it was so funny to like see another aspect of it.
Gilles?
Yeah. So I'm working with a lot of artists for the stage, for tour and concerts. So this is my main job, and I love that. And I have an upcoming tour on the pocket, but so that's cool. Mainly, I'm doing that, and a lot of stage look for you.
Yeah, for
all the girls, of course, and fashion shows because we got this too. So
I want to speak to you three queens. Can you tell me a little bit about what inspires your drag look?
I mean, there's a I think I just want to, it varied like through the years. I've been doing this for 12, well, maybe 13 now. Is it? I think it's soon. I think my, or is it?
Coming up.
I know, but now it's in summer, so I don't know if it's 13 or 12 now. Anyway, I've been doing this for a long time. Long time.
1883.
So it did, it fluctuated, I think at first I was very much, I just wanted to be super sexual and erotic and I wanted to be like, I wanted to be slutty, and I wanted this like super feminine, like unachievable kind of type of femininity, and then slowly, you get bored and you're kind of like, is this the only thing that I see in a woman? Is this the only thing that I find funny or beautiful or sensible, so I would say I like paradoxes now. I'm very much in a like typically this, I look like this aristocratic mother of one,
One dog.
and but I say really vile stuff, and I look like I'm at a gay party, like this. So I would say like I think the bourgeoisie, the concept of bourgeoisie, melded with something.
That's what gives it its twist.
Yeah, it was something very punk and popular.
There was a story that you posted just after winning. I think it was the Croatian Pride Week. They did like a throwback.
Yeah, so, I had I had a purple wig on and very shitty purple wig on. Yeah, and like some American apparel, like those skirts that I used to do, the vinyl skirts, and ripped up tights and a little bra. Yeah, that was the look. I wanted to make crack great again. And then you're kind of like, there's not only drugs in life, there's also really wealthy ladies, which I find particularly
on
funny.
drugs.
A twist again.
No, but
So you went from crack to pills.
Yes, Liliane de Bettencourt, like all of these ladies are so funny. She has a fucking island. That's hilarious. Like, who the fuck has an island?
How about you, Ruby? What are your inspirations?
For my looks, for my drag, I was always inspired by everything old Hollywood and the 1940s, 50s movies. So when I started drag, I was really into Rita Hayworth. And I don't know, something about her red hair, her ginger hair, her beauty, timeless beauty. I wanted to recreate that, but I mean, when I started, I kind of failed miserably at recreating that. And I don't know
about it.
Yeah, but then it's a journey, like they say, And then I started doing little drag shows early on when I started drag, and then through that I understood and I kind of gathered what I liked and what I want to portray, and in the performance area, but also with my looks. And then it became Ruby. Everything, like it's kind of a diva, a nice diva. Yeah, you can give me the bees. I do the bees. the French thing.
And it keeps evolving also, that's the thing. We all constantly evolve also. Everything. Once you stop, that's kind of the death of it all.
How about you? Who inspires you, or what inspires you?
I'm a very poetic drag kind of artist.
Okay.
And I love the representation of witches through art and history. And I love cinema a lot, paintings, music. And I always try to find something poetic and beautiful in the things I come up with. Mm-hmm. And within the looks, the performances, the photos on Instagram. And I want to give a story to the audience. I want them to feel emotions, to feel really what I want to portray, and it's a drag about emotions. I think.
I mean, there's a lot of magic in the transformation as well. So the link with witches isn't that bizarre in some ways. I think it's something, I can't remember who said this on another season, but the idea of transformation is something we also see in other types of drag, for example in Asia and so on, when you have characters. As we see also with Olympia Wind, the Taiwanese winner of the US. I think it was her that said in an interview there is this idea of transformation in Taiwan, where there's a lot of mystical beings and gods and so on. So that's beautiful.
And there's a certain
shapeshifter.
Shapeshifter and liberation through drag. And with my transformation, I want people to feel the same thing. I don't know if it makes sense, but it's a connection between people.
Yeah, that's nice.
You used to work in movies as well, right? I mean, in
I worked in cinema before drag, so I always try to connect the two universe.
Cool. So. We're here at Pride House, so obviously we want to talk about inclusivity, diversity, and pride, and being proud. Could you tell me about a moment where you felt the most proud of yourself?
Oh,
go around like this.
In general, or as being gay?
In general,
in general,
in ourselves or in general, like
in general.
Yeah, no, but like if we keep it a bit queer, let's say. I mean, I feel really pride about like having launched the agency with Filip, for example.
Yeah,
recently.
That's true. I forgot about that.
We have.
Feels like the house.
Yeah, the house.
In which there is the agency.
No, it's in another office actually, but like, very proud of having done that with my best friend.
Yeah,
and we have been organizing like a drag queen show since 6 years in Paris, but now we went from an association to an agency, which is very nice, and having to do that with your friends and family and having to work with all these talents is like incredibly proud of. Yeah.
I'm proud of you too.
Thank you.
How about you?
As we say before, like as an artist, like you always put yourself in question, so it's always, but my answer will be close to his answer. I mean, most proud I am is the artist I met all the way, and people like I've felt connection to create amazing stuff with. I think it's kind of the only pride I have.
But it's a lot.
Is to like met some so amazing people and succeed to build with them like kind of babies, because art is what it is. You do a lot of babies.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's interesting. I do have a question later about legacy, but that's kind of talking about building a legacy and what the queer legacy is today and how it's changed as well.
Yeah, it's the artist version of babies.
Yeah.
Do a lot of babies.
Yes.
So sometimes you send them in Switzerland and sometimes you keep them. But yeah.
That's nice. Beautiful. Thank you very much. How about you?
I think I'm the most proud to have been able to share my art with the world and to touch young queer people.
Yeah.
I received a lot of messages on Instagram saying that I saved their lives. And I'm like, slow down. But in a way, I'm really touched to have been able to be the light for other people.
Yeah.
So I'm really proud of that.
Thank you very much. How about you?
For me, I would say it's I'm most proud about being able through the years to not lie anymore about who I am and to live, if we talk about drag, to be fully honest about me being a drag queen, a drag artist, and sharing it with not only other people but also the people who are the closest to me, my family, for example. My mom didn't know I was doing drag like 6 months ago, even though I've been doing it for like 6-7 years. And I'm really proud about the message I can convey through my drag, and sharing that it's an art form and that it's really honest and true, and but also joyful, and it's a lot of things. And seeing that reflected in the eyes of my mother, who says to me like she's proud of me. But so, yeah, I'm proud of me, and I'm proud of her, and I'm proud of.
Did you know you needed that, or did you?
Yeah, I knew because like it's been my coming out story with her. Like I came out 10 years ago to her, and then we never spoke about it again, deliberately forgotten. So I really suffered from that, and then I started doing drag, which I found a lot of freedom from drag in my personal life, but it was really a struggle. I was like, but I cannot share this with my family. And so when I finally did, it was like a full liberation for me, because I realized that I was hiding it for no reason, because my mom loves it now, and she was there when we filmed the final, and so I see her being proud, and that's why I'm also proud.
We had a Jean Biche earlier, and very similar story in that I said, tell me about your drag, and he was like, well, I've been doing this for 20 years, but for the first few I would hide it.
Yeah.
A long time ago. So that's a beautiful, beautiful story. Thank you.
Yeah.
How about you?
I mean, I was going to say the win, obviously, but then, I mean, no, I mean, like, but then I was like, oh, yes, the agency, because, no, but it's true, I'm part of the agency, and I think, I mean, already just being on the show, like, it brought work, and it brought some, like, structure, because I was, as a queer person, I was always like, oh, doing business or owning stuff isn't for us. It's not meant for us. We're supposed to, like, work for people, but not own actually stuff. And I never, and I certainly didn't think that I would ever, like, be involved in something like that. And so, yeah, that was very impressive for me, and I was very proud of us. But I was most recently very, very proud for the Olympics when I saw it. Honestly, like, it struck such a chord in me. I didn't expect. First of all, I didn't expect it to be so good. And then when I saw, his work being worn, just the whole build-up of the show. First of all, it was insane. And then, like, mid-show, I see my friends on stage, and I see, people I've worked with on this huge world stage, and I thought at first, okay, so 45 minutes of just queer expression and pride, and I cried last night about it. I sent you a message. I was like, I'm still like, and I don't cry. I cry like once a year. So
that was your cry.
I had like a year cry, 1 year worth of tears, so it was long. It felt so good though, because I needed that release, and because it means so, and I come from I'm Croatian, so I come from a country that's probably never going to host the Olympics, and France is the closest that I have to a country that I like, where I feel safe. Yeah, I felt patriotic, weirdly, and I'm not the biggest patriot. I felt pride for my friends, pride for our community, pride for humanity in general, that we are at this point. Never in my life would I've thought that I would see that much queerness or queerness at all at such a world stage. It was just...
We have this feeling now, you guys, all of you have your examples of the proud moment. There are those who are actually part of our community but maybe haven't accepted themselves yet. So maybe I'm going to go around this way. What would you say to someone that hasn't accepted themselves yet? How would you encourage them to accept themselves?
Yeah, I would say that take your time also to discover yourself, and don't feel pushed to do what you think might not be for you, and don't be scared, and because it's okay to take time, it's okay to take risks. I mean, we all live life. It's full of errors, it's full of trials and tribulations, and it's nothing is negative to the point of, oh, I effed up my life. No, like it's all build-ups to what you're supposed to, or what you're going to become, or who you really are. And so don't be scared to do that, and never limit yourself for anybody.
Yeah, kind of the same thing. It's okay to take time to find happiness and find a support system that will accept you, and in which you will be fine psychologically and physically. But go with the flow. Don't push yourself, and try to find beauty in every aspect of your life. To focus on that, and try to. It's easier to say than to do, but try to avoid negativity. But it's a journey. Maybe more complicated for one than others. But trust yourself, trust your ability to do stuff, whatever you do, and go for it. Don't be afraid.
Good.
But like I'm gonna say like closer to this, but there was like something happened to me a couple of like years ago. I was in a restaurant with a friend, and we were after a show, so we were like with the body paint and the mega makeup. And next to us was a family with obviously very religious parents and a future gay kid. And he was looking at us. He was looking at us really like something amazing. And the father was and the father were awful the whole meal and was homophobic to him. And so like he went to the toilet, and so I waited, and when he go out, I pretend to go to the toilet and cross him and tell him, because like it seems so much like me 20 years before. And I just tell him like, don't worry, it's gonna be okay, and you're not gonna meet crazy friend like I did. And then just pretend to go to the toilet, and then after he was at the table and he was looking at us and he had a smile. And after I just pretended I never like did anything to not make him like in problem with his father or anything. And it's kind of the same message, but like, yeah, it's really like, and that's what's crazy when you see like yourself 30 years later looking at someone who's not scared anymore. And that's so amazing.
That's huge.
So yeah.
Thank you for doing that. That's really good.
I had to.
You had to. You were like, oh my god, we need to adopt him.
I really saw a situation I was in 30 years previous. So I was like, I have to just send a message or something, like, because I wish I had that. And I kind of didn't. So yeah.
Awesome.
Maybe he will see you on the video and then call you.
He's going to win RuPaul's Drag Race season 400 or something.
I hope so. And if you recognize me.
Cool. That's really nice. Thank you. How about you?
Well, yeah, like to summarize a bit, like just be gentle with yourself and don't be your biggest enemy, and try to surround yourself and know that you deserve to be loved, and try to surround yourself with people that you can be vulnerable with.
My last question is, you guys are kind of very well known and idols within our community. I'm going to go this way again. Who is an idol for you today? Who is an idol for you today? Who do you look up to?
I look up to my friends and chosen family because they gave me strength to be myself and to do drag and to go on RuPaul's Drag Race and stuff like that. So I really look up to them.
Okay. Cool.
I would say when I was a teenager, I really looked up to Madonna.
Madonna, girl.
Madonna,
we love you, girl.
Hi. Kiss to the children and everything.
There's no Illuminati, there's a Madonna religion.
No, because really, when I was younger, I don't know, she gave me power when I had none, and when I was really like feeling like I didn't deserve to live.
That should be a song. She gave me power when I had none.
Anyway,
yeah.
one ready song. And yeah, no. And throughout the years, she has guided me a little bit, like to stay on the right path of being myself and finding myself. So I would say it was her. She really like helped me discover like what it is to be gay and how to be gay and why I'm proud to be gay and to be who I am. So yes, it was really liberating when I was like 14. And yeah, but now she has made some choices in music. I love her. Yeah, but I would say today also I look up to my drag family because everybody is so inspiring and these people are inspiring. So yeah.
Beautiful. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I'd say the same. Like Madonna is
she's the shit.
She's the shit. Yeah, she's incredible. I mean, just what a journey, what a career, what a life, and just to be so to prove. I mean, from a dancer from Brooklyn, like to Pope of of us. It's just stellar. It's just amazing. The referencing and all the artists that she's surrounded herself with, they're all from the community. They're all from all various types of backgrounds, and and then I mean, just the persona is amazing too. She just like she says what she says, and she we love it. We love a woman who will say it like it is. Yeah. Hi, Pride House. Thank you so much for having us. Stay tuned for more. There's incredible content coming ahead.
Yes. Thank you, Pride House. Be proud, be creative, be sportive.
Ooh.
Yeah.